shit, I get 22 ping to your server?
Oh, it's better than what I'm getting.
It's the best ping that I've gotten anything I've connected to so far.
You should come and help me count the points.
You just cap E right away, or do you need to cap all of them?
I just want to get A through C.
Right.
Alert! The control point is being captured.
Let's get on the cash, fellas.
We have been awarded additional time. Alert! Our control point is being captured.
Stand on the freaking path.
Congratulations. We have been awarded additional time.
Okay. Go back to A. So I'll talk about defense first. So A, like generally what I prefer to do is really only commit like the combo, just the 4 people, the combo with the spy too, over to A. And obviously you're gonna do the standard hold up here, thing like that. If you're, hopefully your spy can, like, you know, do the jump that's on this side. And jump around to that. Because a lot of teams, especially in low levels, don't check that spot at all. That's a good spot. Otherwise, over at B, what I prefer to do instead of having my sniper over at A, because generally your sniper sightlines is going to be far away from any team support, which is, like, was shown pretty decently. But, like I said, your gun is too far back over there. It should be up here. Your soldier was in the right spot. Your soldier should be holding over here. So you can control that. Your scout needs to just be playing pretty much around here, watching this lower door. Your soldier and your scout need to, like, be playing a lot tighter in general, though. Because from what I saw, you guys were just on separate pages. You can play off each other really well on this map. And like I said, I prefer to commit a sniper over here and he can just straight up watch the spawn, because I can give 0 shits about A, pretty much. A is irrelevant.
See, I don't really see much point in having a pyro at A.
I mean, the point of the pyro is just deflect spam.
Okay.
It's but also, like, if you don't want to commit that, you don't have to, just to help your flank out more, but committing really only 3 people over here, I think the whole combo here is a little bit more better, in my opinion. And also something that, I don't think that any team at lower levels will ever utilize this, but this is something you should utilize at least when attacking, is when the demo spamming right here, count his stickies, pay attention to them. Because he's gonna, like, number one, they're probably not going to be that great ammo management, again, because it's a lower level. So, you come over here, you start trying to trade spam with him, just make him spam you. Make sure you're still not taking too much damage, obviously, because you want to go when he's done with all the stickies, because then you can counter spam him and force them out. So that means they don't have that ability to out spam you, just because they'll have used all their stickies, so just count them, pay attention to them, and then he's used all of them, just commit to it. And it's a lot easier of a take that way.
Okay.
Anyway, back to holding B. And like I said, your sniper, I prefer to have him over here, at least for that initial part. Just so he can stop anything that happens over here, let your flank get a strong foothold and stuff like that. And if a combo tries to do a fast rotate on you, your sniper's already here in good position. You can at least slow it down or just completely stop it overall. And then your flank could just be holding around here. It's in this room. Your soldier can just easily control that with spam, especially if it's just flank versus flank. Your soldier is going to dominate the room practically by himself, but obviously your scout support's good here. So, also another good thing on defense is number one, to keep your spy alive at the end, so he can pretty much just, like, sit back in this area, just in your back here, and just wait and watch. and see where their combo goes, and just communicate that to you guys, because it's important to know, obviously, what way they're going, so you can position yourself accordingly. And that's just one of the many things that like, Spy has to do with calling where they're going to be. He has to be keeping a constant eye on where their combo rotates, so they don't get an advantage on you. Because playing reactionary on this map is going to make you lose it. You have to be able to be in position when they're there. Because if you wait till they're there, they're going to have their space already, and they're going to be able to like take E for free or something like that.
All right.
So then back to holding this area. Like I said, your guns could be right here. You keep your gun right here until they Uber pretty much for their first Uber, then you just pull it back with the rescue ranger. But you want to hold as tight on these doors as possible. You want to make sure that you really can't get anything over here. So your gun was going to be playing close up here. Your power is going to be obviously back around to your spy check and stuff like that. And that's something that, depending on how your combos like plays with each other and stuff like that, you can play a flank pyro on this map pretty well. It just has to be like your heavy has to be a competent spy checker and competent with like making sure, like being aware that your pyro, because obviously your pyro deflects spam and stuff like that, or bombing soldiers or anything like that. So you have to be able to be a fast reaction with that. So that's kind of at your discretion.
All right, so they Uber in. Engie pulls the sentry
Ninja pulls
back.
the gun back after they've already spammed it a bunch and wasted ammo on it. Your
Right.
Engie's pretty much just sitting back here waiting to pull it back and like set it back up here. Or if that's not a really reliable option, right here is also somewhat okay, but obviously right here is the preferred way. But you just keep your, just like it's pretty straightforward. Number one, you're holding fairly close, you're holding around the gun. So that number one, they pop early. Sometimes you don't even have to pop Uber, sometimes you do. Obviously, you don't want to pop it, but don't hold back on it. You can just lead with your pyro, back up your gun once they've spammed it enough and wasted enough ammo on it, and then set it back up over here. Now, some other things, like some modifications you can do, like just to your team's taste. Like something that one of my older teams did, which worked out very well, is you would have our soldier over here. Obviously there has to be some sacrifice, like you have to have a flanked pyro to do that. So it's just kind of sort of anything, all that stuff's your discretion. Like the reason a flank soldier was preferred for my team over here was just because he can hold up there, make sure there's no high ground like sniper or spam on the gun. And then he can also have really nice bombing lane right here. He could just jump around to go up high and get a really easy bomb or drop or anything in the medic. So it's kind of at your discretion what you want to do, but if you do commit your soldiers over here, you have to have your pyro on the flank. It's kind of a necessity to have that many numbers on the flank. And it's also even more so important that you have your sniper on the flank if your soldier's there, because the point of your soldier on the flank is obviously just to control the ground. So if you're sacrificing not having your soldier on the flank, you have to make sure you have those two other classes there to make up for that, because soldier doesn't go out on flank alone, so yeah. So, but generally, like, a good thing about this point is just you can make them pop pretty early. Just because how this area is positioned, it's number one, you have a high ground, they're on a low ground, they're coming through a choke. And generally, all the time, you're going to want to try to hold as close to this door as possible. Just because you want to make sure they pop early, and then you can just back up into your gun. And then if your gun's like back here, because generally after the first time you won't actually move it back forward. Obviously, it's something again that's kind of your guys' choice. But generally, you won't move it back forward, and they have to commit very far to get anything with the gun. So pop their Uber early, back like down, like at least down here or something like that, like around here. They have to walk up and try to go into the gun. The power's going to be right here, number one. The gun's going to be far back on a high ground, number two, and he's going to be ring-greening it and just preparing with rescue rangers. So this should be a very difficult point to take. And really, the only way that you should be able to take it is by outplaying your flank and getting a fast rotate into your flank and forcing you to rotate.
Okay. Okay.
So generally, B is also something that it's pretty easy to give up B. Like retreating wise, with how you retreat, you don't commit too much to this. Like if you commit too much to any point on this map, they're gonna get the next point for free and possibly just win the map for free. Just because how spawns work on this map, so you have to be very liberal with how you use your numbers.
Can we talk about medic positioning? Because if I do have a sub, it'd be good for them to be able to see this.
Okay. Defense positioning. For at least A is generally just pretty straightforward. You're going to be standing like back over here, just healing. You don't want to pop your Uber. Your overall goal to get anything out of A, don't pop your Uber, pop theirs.
Right.
That's all you want. At the very least, if you just remember this too, if you pop your Uber, you have to pop their Uber, otherwise you lose B. You don't want to lose B. Because B is also a good place to hold. So holding here, it just really depends on where your rest of your team's positioned. Obviously, if your team's positioned up here, your medics are usually playing around here. And your pyro and your heavy and stuff will be playing with your medic, depending on where you position your pyro, obviously. But otherwise, if you back up here, there's obviously just into this way. It's pretty straightforward. So when you back out, you back out, control this. It's a good area to have your sniper back with you. Because you guys remember the sightline I was talking about. The sightline's amazing. Nobody uses it, and you can completely stop them from pushing. And it also goes the other way. You can get a pretty easy entry pick onto their demo or something, or even medic, by just having your sniper right here, because you can see like all the way back into there. And sometimes medics will be standing like right here. Well, this is an easy sightline to see, so make sure if you do hold here, your medic's positioned on this left-hand side. And your sniper is right here, making sure your sniper is getting his buffs. So make the pick sense of that pathway right there. Now obviously, too, that's kind of really only an initial thing. You do have to back out of there eventually, because obviously this door opens, but this door opens very slowly. So you do have a little bit of time there to mess around with that. So and at this point too, your flank, depending on like how things are going, obviously holding up here is ideal, but oftentimes that is not the case. Because they could have forced your flank out already with their combo rotates or heals or anything like that. But just really make sure your flank is playing around IT. And at this point too, your NG is pretty much just going to have his gun over at E for the rest of the game on defense.
Right.
So once you back up into here, just play your combo around like close enough to these doors where you can rotate essentially. Make sure obviously their sniper doesn't get his free sight lines onto you guys right there, so be careful about that. But the biggest thing right here is just to listen to have your flank call, because you're going to need a dominant caller on your flank on this map. It's very important. So you're going to have a flanker at least call where their combo is, like if they're pressuring them or something, and a call if you need to rotate. Don't hesitate to rotate on like from C to E. Just go, pretty much, if they feel like they're at risk, because it's something you need to do a fast rotate on, because if their combo gets the space, they're going to win. That's how this map generally works, because it's really easy to hold people off. Oh boy. I messed up, team. Anyway. But your flank is going to generally be playing as tight as they can around here. And this is where it's important to have your sniper over in this area. Because if your sniper's not over here, and he's like, let's say, like C for example, over yonder on that side line, or somewhere over here trying to watch that, your NG is going to have a hard time, pretty much, because their sniper can just freely peek him in the window. So that's what your biggest sniper's job right now, is to control that window as much as possible. And obviously, if they're pressuring from like right here or something like that, like this is a great area for snipers, tight lines, so just make sure he's controlling that. So,
We talk,
something that I really like.
Can we talk
go ahead.
combo positioning at C?
Yeah, combo positioning is something I generally like prefer to do is be playing around here, just because it's a decent way to rotate and you still have a good like vision of the rest of this area. At least as a heavy, you can have your heavy play sort of over there or something like that, and have your demo around here or anything like that. Like generally, you just want your combo to be like somewhere in like this range, kind of like right here. Okay. Obviously, you want to be trying to hold like generally this is like my preferred spot though as a combo. Just to control that, because right here you limit your backing out options and stuff like that. Now, something that's really nice to do on teams, because number one, obviously you're going to see some teams will obviously go this way. It's a really nice thing to do on teams is just flank them. Just like have your demo like come out of this door and have your heavy come out the door behind them. Have your heavy go first. They focus the heavy, your demo comes out this door, and he just goes their whole team pretty much. So keep that in mind as something you can do,
Interesting.
because it's really easy to wipe a team in there. Because number one, they're all going to be cluttered right here. Number two, they're going to be focusing your heavy back here if you don't peek first. If you do that quickly, your heavy probably will die out of it, but you're going to get a hell of a lot of picks, so it's going to be worthwhile. You're going to stop any momentum have with that too. So that is something that's good.
Doc, come on!
Now once you do lose C, it's kind of sort of generally your combo's going to be holding your bones here around this area. Obviously making sure that your sniper's still over here, because that if you give their sniper space in that window, it's going to completely ruin your E-hold. Oh shit, I lagged again. I lagged mid-air. So important things, like I said, your combos could be holding on to your. It's also an option if your combo's holding closer on this side too, just to rotate to where their combo is, like around like here. So just making sure that they don't get space over here. But a big thing is too is just really commit to one side, and just try to be like this is an area that's better, a little bit better. Just play reactionary, just because it's less time to rotate between. Just make sure you have a very close eye on that one right there. And you're just controlling chokes and not letting them in and stuff like that. And if realistically, just don't stand in this hallway at all, because you're gonna die there. If they do like push in over here, you're gonna be caught out in a bad position. And if they lead with their pyro or something like that, you're not gonna have any space. Whereas if you released out here, their pyro can deny you completely. That's pretty much everything about defense. Like
Okay.
when you lose D, it's also your only way to really hold it is either holding Novik over here, or you're like already out, kind of sort of like over here or something like that. Like in Christian, you have to hold further out because obviously those doors are closed. Now offense. So like I said, obviously Kanesakis is a great way to initiate your push on this point also, but when you're peeking out of this area, and one obviously makes sure their sniper's not over here in any dumb spots, but two, check your stickies, check the spot right there, check that spot, the spot right here, and just check like, just spam, as a heavy, just like, pretty much just sweep across. Clear that, those are the three main important ones, but also back there is nice to clear.
Okay.
Obviously, most teams generally prefer to put their trap up here, so that's pretty, like, don't peek that pretty much, because that can obviously destroy you. So, a few ways to take this point, number one right here, but generally that's kind of sort of a difficult way to push it. You're making it harder than you really need it to be, and if their sniper's not over here, it's pretty, this is pretty to just go this way pretty much. Because if you get caught up in it more up there and you take forever, you're going to lose time. Time is obviously important. So if you just take the floor and you can just, like, playing the high, like, giving them high ground here is kind of irrelevant because they have two very small places to come out of and your demo can control that and either pop them early. So either you force them to come down onto the point and Uber at you guys to stop it, or they just give it up for free.
What do you like to commit to A versus B?
Well, while your combos here, like, generally, a lot of the time how I work it is, Combo's the one who initially commits, and then Flank will rotate into, like, cap or just help or something like that, depending on the point, obviously. One I prefer to have my Flank port at is B, that's the biggest one, but with A, really you only need, like, your scout committing to this, and your well, actually, generally it's over on that side, your Flank commit to this, unless they got a lot of free stuff over at a B. So kind of sort of again, it's at your discretion. Yeah, they can't use the store anymore, I remember that. The pyro can't shoot through the door. They banned that actually. Anyway, that's too much about it for pushing this point. Now, from here, you have a few options depending on what picks you got, if they committed to it or not. Let's say they committed to the point, they lost their demo or something like that. You want to try to take advantage of that situation as fast as possible. So you want to get to the fastest way possible to go over to get to B. So you get over, you come over this way, and you just come that. But generally, if their demo's up or anything like that, you don't want to come this way to B, because if they're smart, they'll control this and get you trapped in there. So really pay attention to what picks you got before you decide where you go. Otherwise, you have two other options. Number one is obviously walk back all the way around spawn. But the other one is this one right here. This one is nice. It's put pressure on there. It's a really easy way to transition into a B take, is you put pressure over here. You force them to commit their combo back over here, so like going through a spawn or just, or they'd be going through the spawn or over here. And then your flank can just quickly go try to take the back way to take over B. Like the team did in the scrim against you guys, for example. They committed their combo over here, got you guys incredibly worried. You rotated your entire team, and then they just quickly went back to B. They controlled the area, and they capped an easy B. So that is something that's really easy to do on this map.
Okay.
And also how you combat that is you just don't rotate your entire team. You still have your flank play over there. Because even if they commit their flank over here too, it's still really easy to control this whole area. Otherwise, if you do a kind of sort of a straightforward B take, which is generally like, I really try my hardest to not actually have to just straightforward push B, because B is just a pain in the ass to push in general, because it's, number one, sentries far back, like I said earlier. It's easy for them to just cut you completely, then re-uber on you or anything like that. So preferably you don't come this way, but if you have to, generally it's gonna happen by getting some coordinated spam on their sentry with your soldier up here while your demo ubers, getting a sap in as well. That's really the only way you're ever going to get the sentry on this point, is those three coordinating together. And also some other things that help is obviously your spy getting, not spy, your sniper getting some pressure from up here. Obviously that's not going to be guaranteed, just because it's really easy for them to spam it out, and then their sniper can pretty easily control it if he is over there. But that's your only way to really take out the gun. Once the gun is dead, you do have a lot more room to work with, and you can kind of sort of push them back. So after you take this point, you never go this way really. This door opens way too slow. It's useless to go that way.
Yeah, we always go connector.
So like I said, having your sniper here would be kind of ideal, just to make picks, because teams will either be retreating out here trying to get those few seconds off, so your sniper can get a good pick and you can transition that into a nice C or even E. Now at this point there's something that I've really always liked to do on this map, just because it catches teams kind of off guard, is after you take B, you kind of sort of just, as quickly as you can, rotate around, clean up your flank, and then just try to get control of this platform over here, control their spawns. So you just go straight from A, B, then you go to E, control their spawns right here, so your demo pretty much just does this, gets that, so they can't come out of those spawns. And then you just get your flankers capping the point. It's ideal if obviously you have a gun set up right here, but a mini sentry is still something. That's generally where you want to position your gun if you do that though.
We frequently run a level 3 on offense.
Yeah, I always love level 3 on offense on this map, so if that is the case, and you do decide to do something like this, really try it out in scrims or anything like that, I'll just put the gun right here.
Alright.
It's a good position because it does a few things. Number one, it obviously controls this area over here really well, and then two, it's kind of sort of a good like warning system for when they're coming that backside. Because obviously if they come that backside, they're probably gonna die, but it's still nice. And you want your soldier and scout on the point, and if your NG does want to, he can do it by jumping on his stuff, pulling his gun rather than jumping on his gun and jumping to point. I'm bad at this. But yeah, just you can have your NG cap too, and you can also put a dispenser on the point. Some things, but some ways teams will stop that, and this kind of sort of is applicable to capping E at any point during the game, not just after B. There are a few ways they're going to stop it if they do not have the ability to come from this way or this way. Or they're going to try to come from right here and just down straight up onto the point, or they're going to come from the backside from over at C. So you have to really be cautious about those plays. and like especially if like your combos like holding up here, they can also just spam straight up, but it's generally less of that. But that's also something that I forgot to mention on defense. If a team does, if they're having trouble taking, like let's say E, and your gun is right there, they can just try to spam this straight up. So generally, you want to have your gun kind of sort of further back. There was something that was kind of sort of neat that I saw a few plat NGs do, is they put their gun kind of sort of in the exact right position on this doorway, so where spies couldn't get back and stab them. It was safe from It was safe from demo spam from under, and you were generally really safe from snipers just because you're back here.
Huh.
So that is an option, and it's just
That's
really
interesting.
simple. You just make sure you wrangle, control that, and like if you position exactly right, once I stop lagging, if you position it like exactly right, spy can't get in here and bother to backstab you. You'll be, like I said, be generally safe from the sniper and the demo spam. So, assuming you don't go over to E straight after picking B, there are obviously a few ways you can take it. One is just kind of sort of the straight up push through here. Generally, this one is kind of sort of, man, oh my god.
No worries,
So,
man.
assuming you go this way, you're gonna generally have to pop your Uber earlier, just because they're gonna have their high ground. And then something I see a lot of teams do is they'll come this way. This is kind of sort of, I prefer not to go that way just because it's puts you in a less safe position. But let's say, like another good way to push this too, is after that door is open, you don't rush straight there, but after that door is open, you guys come this back way, and you run over this way. And then you can pop your Uber like out of this door or something if they're demo spamming you. But you'll generally have a lot of space to do that. If they're like, if anything's positioned on the platform right there, it's actually pretty easy to just counter spam it and just walk through it. So C is, again, kind of sort of like B. It's best taken by your flank when you're forcing their combo to commit to E. So you're putting a lot of pressure on E. Meanwhile, your flank gets a free C cap. That's
Okay.
Okay. Over at C and D are generally just the best points for that. Is you force them to rotate their combo back over here by bringing your combo over here, pressuring them. Like, because obviously if you kill their gun or something like that or anything, you kill their flankers, they're going to want to come back over here to defend E. Meanwhile, your flank simply goes and cap C. And then what you do is you just make sure you guys are putting as much pressure on E as you can to force them to decide. Obviously, if they decide properly, they're going to decide to hold E. So it's a good way to cap it. So generally, I really only prefer to go. Oh, also, remember, like I said, have your demo trap this door. If you guys do push it traditionally, have your demo trap this door when you take it. So it saves kind of a lot of headaches. But going this way is generally cheaper, obviously the reason like I said before, and it's just generally like, it's really easy to get caught here overall, even if they don't pincer you and their demo just spams you right there, it's really easy to get caught out. So going this way is kind of sort of only viable when they do have specific classes dead.
So you would rotate back around through E, or?
Generally, yeah. It's the safer option. I prefer to play a little bit safer on this map. Just because momentum can carry through someone. And they can just get a good foothold in if you kind of don't keep the pressure up. Generally, I try to either rotate depending on what numbers they have, and I try to rotate on what numbers they have and stuff like that. And just based upon that, to where you want to go. So, like I said, a decent way to take out their gun right here is if it's in basement, so that is an option for taking this one a lot easier. Also, just another easy way to take it is just have your sniper kind of sort of in window or right here and just heal him. You can get a lot of pressure done onto their entire team. So if your combo should be positioned in here, and you're healing your sniper, allowing him to peek that. Otherwise, teams will generally commit their combos over here. So if you do kind of do this decently fast, they're like rotating as you're coming around here, and a Pyro Uber is actually kind of viable right here just because choke and air blast and Uber, you can just air blast them back and control it afterwards. So kind of sort of the general thing with taking this point is really just depends on what you have committed here. Like if you have your flank up here controlling this, obviously it's good to have your controlling this. If that's not an option, you're probably going to have to dump your demo up to kind of stick these off.
Okay.
And then your heavy plays the floor or something like that. And that's also kind of what you'll do if you do come to back way of C, as your demo just kind of stays up here. You stickies that door and this stickies that door. They can't come out of either spawn door, and their only option is this way. Well, if you have yours heavy right here with heals, it's decently okay to just defend that. Obviously, your demo has to react to where their combo is, so yeah. Just the biggest thing is don't let their flankers or their combo or realistically anything get this high ground for free. You have to make sure that you don't give that up. And you also have to make sure you don't give up this space right here. But like I said, like if you Uber in right here and you catch them off guard and your Pyro's with you, you can just do a Pyro Uber for the rest of it. But a lot of like different ways to take this map obviously is like after you take C, you don't have to directly go to E at all. You can go off of picks, and generally when you do stuff like that, again, it's going to be kind of sort of the same situation as after you take in B. Obviously, you just have the bridges extended this time, is you still have to control the server. At any point you try to OE, and you don't have D taken, you have to make sure your demo's controlling the spawn door, and your combo is in general playing this platform, your sniper's across there, your gun's over there. It's generally just going to be the same setup, regardless of it's going to be the same setup regardless of what points you have. Obviously, if you have D, you wouldn't have to worry about those spawn doors and just worry about that path right there.
So NG's pretty much on his own.
On defense, he's going to have his flank with him.
I mean on offense.
On offense. Well, offense, your NG's just going to have his gun right here and he's going to be playing with the flank. Generally, your NG's going to be playing with the flank the entire time.
Okay.
And it's like also, it's a good thing to have like kind of sort of just like a base in here, so to speak, set up. Just having a gun in here, then having a dispenser and teleporter, it gets your flank faster reinforcements, and you can take trades better and just come back in right after. Because that is like another viable thing is your flank gets really aggressive, you take trades, and then you just have a teleporter to get through there faster, and you spawn faster with the teleporter there too, and you get there faster. So it's something you can use to take ground. I think that pretty much covers everything. There's obviously other like dumb housing spots to watch out for, but I'm pretty sure most of them know them, like that one.
I did not know about that one actually.
That soldier can jump up there. Vent's right here. And then obviously that one and that one. I think you can actually set up a gun. Let me look at this. I remember somebody saying you can set up a gun back in like some stupid place over here. You can set up a gun up here or something like that. I don't know.
Huh.
Obviously, I think it's banned, but I don't know. People do stupid shit, you know.
Yeah.
Also remember grates and stickies. Yep. And again, it's not a mistake you guys made in your scrim. Right here, you Ubered right here, Pyro was right here, the air blast hit you back. In a situation like that, if you do end up getting caught in that, this pillar is your friend. Just play with that. And also another thing is when you are coming this back way, after taking A, just make sure you sticky off spawn, and just do it. You have to do it very fast. If you do decide to try to push like all the way through behind them. Okay, I think that's about it. Are there questions about stuff?
I think I asked everything as we went. Anybody else?
Okay.
When you're doing the E-hold after capturing B, where should the sniper be? Just in this area here?
So what?
So when you're setting up the E-hold after capturing B,
Uh-huh.
Where should I be? Should I be with the combo?
What class are you?
Sniper.
Sniper.
Because he's gonna be
It's really
sticking
nice to
up.
put, like you can play like over here, kind of type thing.
Alright.
Where if you have the opportunity, you can play in window, but over here's still fine
Fair enough.
because then it presents you some good options with. Because obviously the bridge won't be there, so that won't be blocking your sight line. So you can do a decent job at controlling that underway of getting to you, and then controlling this over here.
Alright. That works.
Anything else? Should try that ABE though. Works really well.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Yeah.
You're lagging a bit.
You should try doing the AB, going ABE, because it works really well. I've always had great success with it.
Alright.
Anything else?
I think I'm
I'm
good.
good.
Oh man, you're lagging so bad.
Yeah. And it's like I said, this is a thing. Soldier can get up here.
There's another one in that hallway behind you to E as well.
Yeah. Where's that one? I think it's right here, isn't it?
It's behind you, actually. You can get up on top of that brown thing.
Brown thing, where this thing?
It's a little to your right. The kind of column thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
We did a bait like that last season.
You just... Like this or something?
Yeah.
Or can you get on the other side of it or what?
I don't remember now. Our scout figured it out, and we did a thing where we had him stay up there, and we baited their combo through and got a med pick out of it.
It's interesting.
Can you see the scout up there very easily? When you're
No,
rolling
not
through?
from that direction. I mean,
You can, yeah.
you can see him, but nobody looks up in this game in Steel.
Oh yeah, it's the thing if you can see it, but nobody's actually gonna be paying attention because they're gonna be like having their camera like this or something like that. Nobody's actually gonna be looking that way. You have to like specifically point it out.
Hell, you could probably get away with just hiding behind the column.
Probably. I've done that before too. But that's it.
Any questions from anyone else?
I need to fix my ping. That's one thing. That's just something you can strengthen and make a usual practice is if you're coming out of here, just shoot a little bit over there.
Yeah. Yeah, I've learned that one the hard way.
Oof.
I think I'm good. Thank you very much, Minnie.
Yep.
Appreciate your time, man. Who are you guys facing on Monday?
I mean, I don't know anybody on the team, but you know, I don't know their name either.
Okay.
Who are we up against, Don?
That's, I forget. Heh.
All I know is like keep the undefeated skill streak alive.
I think we're facing the Iron Champions from last year. And they're slightly
Right.
revamped team.
You better watch out.
Okay.
I know, right? So we are currently 8th.
That's nice.
Yeah. I like to keep it that way.
Why'd you like to keep it that way? Don't you want to
Sorry.
go up?
Move up. It's fine.
Geesh, underachiever Don.
I know, man. It's a problem. That's why I keep doing this. Underachieving. Huh.
Did you not know about this one?
I did not know about that one.
Interesting. I've showed you that one before, and then there's this straightforward one. Forgot about this one though.
That one I
But you
knew
really,
about. Did not
I
know
don't
about the
like it.
lamppost all the way up there, though.
the funny thing is you used to be able to hide up over here. You used to be able to hide right there. And they couldn't see you at all because that thing, it's a no clip, but like, there used to be a thing like right there. A lip where you could stand on.
That'd be a great place for a gun, too.
Oh,
Reminds me
well,
of the
the
crow's
thing-
nest
the
on...
entire the entire thing was like, no clip. It's just, there was a little lip like right there. where you
Oh,
could stand
okay.
on. It was interesting. This one is kind of sort of useless, but I've seen it work before, so I don't know. Oh, so there's these ones in here. I like this one. I've made this one work before. Gonna stand up there, let you know you hit it. You can stand up here if they're meant to go there, and then you come behind them. I've actually used that in a match before. Shows it is very legitimate. I think that's it though. I think this map does have dumb things on it. I think that's what I'm sure.
That's not bad.
I really like Steel though. It's a good map.
Yeah, I have fun on it. It's a good time.
It's a good heavy map.
Yeah. There aren't many of those.
Everything's a bad heavy map these days because the nerf. Everything.
True. I really need to
I still
switch my
think-
main off.
Get out while you can.
Exactly.
I don't know what's worse. Actually, medic's worse. I don't even know why I'd ask that. I think I'd rather be playing heavy.
Mhm.